Hey guys, it's Brandon. Let's have a 5-minute game today. This looks like an early queen trade line here. Something or other. So I'm just going to play this and get on with some development. I should be able at some point to swing a rook to the d file with tempo. I don't know this. I guess it was the old Indian. I don't know this particular line. So we'll see what happens here. I think I'll play g3 and bishop g2 because this long diagonal just looks nice. So we're playing Desano, 1753 from, what was this? Austria. Just block this check. Okay, get the bishop pair. Alright, I'm going to have a weak pawn here. That's a problem. Okay, he's tucking his king on c7. Yeah, this was my plan to cover the pawn temporarily. Long term, maybe it'll just be a weakness for me. And this also opens the bishop up a little bit. Where does this knight want to come? I'm not sure. I guess he just didn't like the development. I'm just going to castle. That knight is defended by the bishop. So, how about doubling rooks on the b file? Looks pretty good. Maybe I should play c5 at some point. If this pawn comes under some fire, I think maybe I'll just be able to play c5. That knight is hanging. Don't really see any way to get at it. What about a4, a5 as a plan? And then if he pushes just to take. So a5 is the plan. And if he takes, I should be able to recoup the pawn with rook to a1. I'm not sure how he will defend it. Aha! Shutting my bishop out there, but opening this bishop, and yeah. I'm going to play this. If he takes rook a1, put pressure on the pawn. He doesn't take. So instead, he wants development. Okay, but now I'm adding another defender to this knight, and I'm just going to double on this pawn. And he'll have to defend it with a rook on b8, I think. His pieces seem a little bit out of place. So just keeping pressure on this pawn. This knight is a target. If it moves at any point, I'll have bishop takes c5. Oh, no, I won't, because the king is protecting. So, now what? Could try to put some pressure on the knight. Let's put some pressure on the knight. he doesn't have any squares to move to. He just has to defend it. So if I double on the knight, then he can move it. Now he'll have to... Oh, actually, yeah, doubling on this knight could be a good plan. Let's see, rook over to... Yeah. Now double, he can't move the knight because it's pinned to the rook, and he can't move the king over. So this knight looks like maybe it's going to fall. So that's pleasant. Probably should have seen that earlier. Yeah, this knight, the problem for him is he has no squares to retreat to and also defend this rook. So, and he can't move the king over because my bishop is nice on this diagonal here. And maybe he... Where does this knight want to go? This knight doesn't seem to have any squares either. So I'm just going to take the piece. So I'm just up a piece right now. And I have control of the A file, which is nice. He does still have pressure on the C4 pawn, but that doesn't concern me much. So, okay, he no longer has any pressure on the C pawn. What's the plan for this bishop? I don't know. But I'd be willing to trade it off and get this square on E4 for my knight. Now I have a good time edge as well. So, okay, he'll have a check here on D1, but I can just run away from that. Shouldn't be too big a deal. Could I even just defend this pawn with the king? Bring the king up. And stuff seems protected here. So, what should I be thinking about now that my position seems pretty good here? He only has 29 seconds as well. Yeah, I don't really know what the point of that move is, but maybe he wants to play rook here. Grab that pawn. I'll just get some activity from my rook, or try to, coming along the back rank down here, hitting these pawns. He just wants to block. Okay, but check. And now his idea was just to block my rook from getting any activity, but then check comes. His knight is no longer guarding the 7th rank, and I grab some pawns, and everything is just falling here. So, interesting game. This this line with E5 giving up the queens right out of the go. And okay, he gets something to play against here in the double pawns, but after bishop to C5, knight D2, knight D4, and then this queenside play just leading to this knight being trapped, and was really the key to the game. And then, of course, his rook counterplay really came to nothing after, and then everything just sort of fell at the end there. So, interesting game. Hope you guys enjoyed that, and we'll see you next time.